French is a subject which the students who are coming to take it at NUI Galway would typically have taken at Leaving Cert, so they've got a good idea of the at least some aspects of the work which you might expect to do at university level. As a means of communication, French is one of the world's great languages, so most students, if they come to us with English, they're already in a very fortunate position, but by being able to study French, they're actually adding a second major world language to their skills, really. So French is spoken in France, in Belgium, in Switzerland, but also in parts of North America, Southeast Asia, North Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. So what we need to do is to make sure that students can read, write, listen and speak effectively in French. So we have modules on language which they would follow at first year and then carry those on throughout their university career. But we also look at society. We look at French society and culture, but perhaps more accurately, Francophone societies. So a variety of contexts around the world where it's used as an everyday tool, an everyday language, but also a language of literature, a language of culture. Studying French at NUI Galway would typically take place within the context of the BA International degree in arts. Now that means that that's a 4-year programme, so students would study 2 years at NUI Galway when they would do a variety of modules in language, literature, culture, society. And then in the 3rd year of their studies, they would actually live in a French-speaking country. So they would actually travel to France or Belgium and would attend a university in those countries. So you'd be working, studying and living more broadly in that culture and in that language. So that's obviously very, very significant in terms of an immersion in the language, in terms of development of language skills, but also in terms of your broader profile, your development as a person. And then in final year, well, I suppose that's when we do the most interesting stuff in a way, because by that stage, students really know what the societies are like, they know how the language works, and we can actually go into in-depth studies of France and of French language used elsewhere in the world. The course involves the study of French culture considered broadly, so that would take in certainly the historical tradition of philosophy and great literature, work in the arts, painting, sculpture and so on. But we also look at aspects of modern and contemporary culture. So we would look at aspects of France and French history and French cultural creation, variety of creative industries really, which would take in things like the fashion, things like popular music, but also something, for example, like the world of sport, in which I've got a particular interest myself. So that it's a way into France, a way into understanding French society. So it doesn't really matter too much if we're talking about a great philosopher like Jean-Paul Sartre, if we're talking about an important writer like Émile Zola, or if we're talking about Zinedine Zidane and the football. It's a way of understanding that society and of using the language.